Hello and welcome back from Top of the Wall. My name is Mason Knopp, and we're back for another Commander Power Hour. And today our stipulation is House Party, creatures only. Okay, and let's see what our random commander is. If you haven't seen this before, we essentially choose a random commander creature and a random stipulation, and we try to build around it. And we have Adriana, Captain of the Guard. Okay, and so Adriana, Captain of the Guard, is a Boros commander. Ooh, powerful. My god. The best color combination in Commander. But it is from Conspiracy. It is from the second Conspiracy. Conspiracy 2, Take the Crown. So that actually does have a lot of sweet commanders and effects in it. And I wouldn't say that she's necessarily the worst one out of a lot of the Boros commanders. She is a 4/4 for 3, a red and a white. She's a human knight, and other creatures you control have melee. She has melee, and whenever this creature attacks, if it has melee, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn for each opponent you attacked with a creature this combat. So essentially, she rewards you for going wide, and all of your creatures get this reward for going wide. So if I have 3 opponents, and typical game of Commander is like 3 or 4 people, sometimes 5, very rarely though. You attack each one plus Adriana with your creatures. Just one over there, her hitting somebody. Each of them gets +3/+3. That's a decent amount of power and toughness. I wish that she also gave them first strike or something, but oh well. Okay, I've loaded Adriana into the tap.net thing, started deck for her, and that's 1 hour on the clock, creatures only. I think what I'm going to have to do, actually, is I'm probably going to end up putting Adriana as kind of like a, it's kind of like, a sort of overrun type commander deck, where you use her to initiate the overrun. And she essentially, I don't know why I'm trying to put in more than 1 soul ring. I want to put in more soul rings, but I can't. I'm not allowed. Where you're primarily just trying to use her to buff up everything on board and then go out after everybody simultaneously and try to kill everyone. Because it's usually not politically correct to just swing at everybody for a bonus. Unless you're going to kill them all at once. Because after that, and everybody sees that you're getting aggressive, they will all gang up on you very quickly. Just going to load in Basic Mountain, Soul Ring, Command Tower. And there's Commander. So in Scryfall, anything that's legal in Commander and is in the Boros color pie. Oh, no Soul Ring. Oh god, it's creatures only. Go creatures and lands. Oh. That makes this a little bit more difficult. Oh boy, oh yeah, and it has to be a creature, oh boy. That's good. I'm gonna put Sacred Foundry in here, and I'm also gonna put in Arid Mesa and whatever. Sacred Foundry, Arid Mesa, which is the white-red fetch land. It is the one that can search for plains or a mountain, so it can get Sacred Foundry. I'm also going to put in Cliff Top Retreat. Oh, wait, hold on, no. One word. Cliff Top. I don't know what else I'm going to end up stuffing in there. But again, if it's a creatures-only format, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to be too aggressive. You don't have the you don't have to worry too much about removal. Prowess. I don't think Prowess is right for that format. I'm just gonna scroll down a big list of jank here and just hopefully find something that's worth playing. Actually, because of her human and knight status, I'm gonna actually check with that. And I just scrolled something that was actually kind of cool. Danto Vanguard, maybe? Let's try Adonto Vanguard. We're just going to stuff Adonto Vanguard in the side in case we go on the tribal plan. And there's also one other. Yes, I'm going to stuff this angel. She basically has landfall, and whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, you exile target non-land permanent other than her. Or him. No, it's a her. It's her. Small art. So we do have removal in a creature-only deck. Although it's very expensive and it requires a little setup. Aegis of the Gods, not necessary. Aerial Responder, I think that lifelink actually gets way more powerful and life gain gets significantly stronger in formats where the primary win condition is damage. And I don't just mean like... the primary win condition in the vast majority of formats is damage. However, when it's damage through creatures, like such as Pauper, and there isn't really a sufficient mill strategy or a great combo deck in the format, and you're forced to always have creatures, your primary win is just going at them with creatures. So I'm gonna put Aerial Responder actually in the main, even though that it is a dwarf soldier. And I'm gonna actually get back to that to the whole tribal thing. Human. That was a mistake. Let me actually try human in the text box. Angelic Overseer, as long as you control a human, it has hexproof and indestructible. Yeah, that's pretty good in creatures only. Hexproof, indestructible, can't touch me. 5/3 flyer. Not bad. It doesn't get blocked. It's a decent payoff from Innistrad to have that. Angel of Glory's Rise. Yeah, I'm just going to go with a human knight tribal thing going on. Angel of Glory's Rise enters the battlefield. Exile all zombies, then return all human creature cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good to just constantly trade and then get it all back. Plus, actually, in creatures only commander games, the whole zombie tribal thing and the whole tribal thing is actually not too uncommon. So that'd actually be pretty good play. Rune of the Fading Light. No. Champion of the Parish. Yeah, let's put in Champion of the Parish. And what was the thing that I had in the sideboard? Oh yeah. Admonition, Emanation, Angel? Okay. Courageous Outrider enters battlefield. Look at the top 4 cards of your library. Reveal a human card among them. Put it into your hand. The rest on the bottom of your library in any order. Yeah, okay, I can see it. Actually, there we go. It is a 2-for-1 that has a decent body. I wouldn't normally play it, but we don't have any other, we don't have too many other options. As far as card advantage goes in that. We definitely can't play Muldrifter. As long as Dearly Departed is in your graveyard, each human you control enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. I don't think that it's going to be too easy to get Dearly Departed in the yard, so I'm just going to stuff it in the maybe board. It's just a lot to ask for a 5/5 flyer that you want to die. And it's hard for us to discard it. We don't have Faithless Looting or anything. And we don't need Devote Chaplain. There's no artifacts or enchantments. I don't want you. Henwar Garrison. Oh my gosh, it's the format for Meld. It's so perfect. All right, and what was the other one? Henwar Battlements. Yeah, that was a land, I think. We're gonna We're gonna actually put you in there. Hanwar battlements. Copy, paste. See, you are the one that actually yeah, it gives things haste, which we want, and you can actually meld it. All right, yeah, I'll put that in. That seems right. Just for jank reasons. Just for jank reasons. Herald of War. When it attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Angel spells and human spells you cast cost 1 less to cast for each counter on Herald of War. Yeah, alright. Oh, 5 mana, but... Hero of Precinct 1. I don't think that we're going to be casting that many multicolored spells. And it's better if you have multicolored cantrips and things like that. It's more of a kind of young pyromancer-esque effect. Oh, we can technically play planeswalkers in the creatures only. Defeats the spirit of it. No. That's not. Riders of Gavany, end of the battlefield, choose a creature type. Humans, creatures you control have protection from the creatures of the chosen type. No. Yeah, I'll put you in this side. If I can find a good way to tutor out all of these, tutor through my humans real quick, then yeah, maybe I'll consider it. If I have a human tutor card predominantly in white or red, and that it is a creature, I will take Thalia's Lieutenant. Copy Thalia's Lieutenant. This one just gives +1/+1 counter to each other human you control when it enters, and whenever another human enters, it gets a +1/+1 counter. Do I want Threbrand Doomsayer? It just taps, make a 1/1. But it has Faithful Hour, so if you have 5 or less life, creatures you control get +2/+2. That's strong, but if I'm at 5 life, I'm probably going to lose the game anyway. Titan of Eternal Fire. Humans you control have pay 1 red, tap, deal 1 damage to target creature player. That says pretty good card advantage right there, but I think there might be easier ways to do that without requiring a board full of humans. Hanware, Militia Captain. I will take the Militia Captain because it is a payoff for having a ton of creatures, and it does produce 1/1s. So yeah, I'll take it. We do want a deck full of creatures. Let's check knights. Just plain old knight. No. All soldiers and knights you control get +1/+1 for equipment, but you're not allowed to have equipment. Is there anything that has payoff for knights? Hunt a dragon. Dart opponent creates 3. No, don't want that. Oh yeah, actually, we have something for that. The Bright Flame. It is 5 and a red, 3/4 flying haste dragon. Knights your team controls have flying and haste. And the knight that is actually riding in pairs with this dragon, when it partners with Sylvia Brightspear. Sylvia is a human, I believe, so I'm gonna definitely put that in. A human that we would like, and a creature that goes and gets us another card, so we get card advantage, and they partner really well together. I think yeah. See, it's 2 and a white, 2/2 double strike. Dragons you control have double strike, and you can go, if you play her, then go get the dragon, then play the dragon. It's actually pretty powerful. It's a double strike, flying, haste, knight. Yeah. The haste is less relevant than the flying part. Plus, it's a way to get in without worrying about our team dying, so we can buff everything. Kinsbale Cavalier. 3 and a white, 2/2. Knights you control have double strike. And it is a knight, so it has double strike. Giving our commander double strike while attacking with a... Yeah, so our commander is a 4/4, and if we attack out with enough creatures to hit the other 3 people in the pod, and we're attacking each one separately. Sorry, they don't actually have to hit each other, hit the opponents. They just have to attack, and then after they're declared as attackers, our creatures get +3/+3. So this gives our commander, who would be a 7/7 when it attacks, double strike. Yeah, that seems pretty good. And it's a knight. Plus, a lot of humans are knights, so I think I'll take it. And there's also Knight Captain of Eos. Knight Captain of Eos. It's a 2/2 for 4 and a white human knight, which is both what we're looking for. When it enters play, put 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens into play. Are those humans? Oh no, they're just soldiers. It doesn't say human. And it has pay 1, sacrifice a soldier, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. So it fogs. It gives you 2 fogs, potentially more if you have other soldiers. Some humans are soldiers. Yeah, I'll play it. It gives us, at worst, we play it, and the turn afterward with this and our commander, we pump them all by attacking out. Oh yeah, Knight Exemplar. Give other knights you control +1/+1 and indestructible. It is a 2/2 first strike for 3. Yeah, that seems fine. It is completely acceptable. I'm gonna put in just 6 mountains and 6 plains. Also gonna round out the mana base a little bit with Terramorphic Expanse and Evolving Wilds. It would be better if I didn't put an N in there. Evolving Wilds. Knight of Grace. Has Hex Roof from black. Actually, Knight of Old Benelia. 3 white. It's a 3/3 human knight. And when it enters the battlefield, each other creature you control gets +1/+1 until end of turn. It is 1 white mana. So it's a white charge. And keep in mind, when it comes off of suspend, it actually does get haste. So it's a 3/3 with haste that gives other creatures +1/+1 until end of turn. I think that's actually what we want to be at, because we play this turn 1, and we continuously play land until we play out our commander. Then on turn 6, we end up casting this off suspend while our commander and other creatures are on the battlefield. All of them get +1/+1. We swing out with our team that's been anthemed up and is more powerful now, and we can attack everybody. We can get in a ton of damage. Most of our creatures will survive. Yeah, okay. I think that's a good. Knight of Old Benelia is going in. It's just a common. I think it's actually pretty cool. Knight of Old Benelia. It's a little bit of a pipe dream to curve out in Commander, but I would like to curve out in Commander. I'd very much like to curve out in Commander. I'll also take Knight of Dawn. 2/2 first striker for 3, but it gains protection for the color of your choice until end of turn. Knight of the White Orchid. If an opponent controls more lands than you, search your library for planes, put it on the battlefield, and shuffle your library. 2/2 first striker for 2. Human Knight, actually. Maybe. What's this? Knight of the Holy Nimbus. If it would be destroyed, regenerate it. Okay, that's interesting. 2. Knight of the Holy Nimbus can't be regenerated this turn. Any opponent may play this ability. So they have to pay 2 to kill it, and it's a 2/2 for 2 with flanking. And if it would be destroyed, regenerate it. From Time Shift. Wait, no, Time Spiral. Okay, that's pretty neat. I think that might be what I'm looking for. Let's see, Militant Angel. Enters the battlefield, create a number of 2/2 white creature tokens with vigilance equal to the number of opponents you attacked this turn. Is this anywhere besides online? Oh no, yeah, it's in the actual paper Magic. It's from Game Night. That stupid box. So for 3 mana, white, you get an angel that's a 3/4 with flying and lifelink. Enters the battlefield, creates 2/2 knights with vigilance equal to the number of opponents you attack this turn. This is I think what we would plan on doing. Plus, I like having flyers in this deck, so we don't have a lot of repercussion for attacking out. We want to minimize that. Rift Marked Knight, a human rebel knight for 1 white 2/2, and you can spend it suspended 3. 1 it has suspend 3 for 1 and white. When the last time counter is removed from Rift Marked Knight, while it's removed from the game, put a 2/2 Black Knight creature token with flanking, protection from white, and haste into play. And this creature also has flanking and protection for black, and would get haste off of suspend. So you get 2 of them for 3 mana if you decide to suspend it. Is that it's a way to use our mana earlier and get rewarded for it. We do end up getting. Yeah, I'd say this is the right call. We don't want to try to attack too early into the game and aggro people until we're ready to try to start killing everyone. Let's see. Talani's Knight. And it attacks if you control a dinosaur. Nope. Vigilant Knight. 3 and a white, 3/4. Other knights you control get +1/+1. And you can pay 3 white knights you control gain double strike until end turn. Yeah. I'll take Vigilant Knight. We have a lot of 5 drops. Let's put in 4 drops and something lower. War Falcon? Is War Falcon? It's a 1 mana flyer that's a 2/1, but it can't attack unless you control a knight or a soldier. And we're stuffed with like knights and soldiers. I think that we'd be able to play it and get away with it. It's a flyer, so it can get in. It's a way to use our mana early. It can still block. We would only do it in desperation though. If we're blocking with it, we're dying. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Oh, you know what? We need Mirror Entity. Mirror Entity is 2 white, 2/2 changeling, so it has all creature types. It is a human, knight, and soldier, and everything. And it has pay X, and creatures you control become XXs until end of turn and gain all creature types. So that would, yeah, that works out. And we have 42 cards in the deck. Don't want any more of these creatures with flanking. I think flanking is just okay. I mean, we are a creature heavy format, so literally creatures only, creature heavy format. Wow, surprise! Each creature without flanking, blocking, without flanking, blocking Knight of Valor gets -1/-1 until end turn. Use this ability once each turn. Only costs 2. I want Knight of Valor. Nah, no, but maybe no, no Knight of Valor. I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna put in creature type into this text thing, so that way I can find a lot of tribal stuff that isn't specifically human but is tribal. Okay, so we got Adaptive Automaton, which is 3 mana for a 2/2, and when it enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. So I can choose human or knight. I'd probably choose human, and it is the chosen type. Other creatures you control get +1/+1 of the chosen if they're the chosen type. So it's a tribal card, very flexible tribal. Angel of Deliverance, 6/6 for 6 white, angel, flying, delirium. Oh, different card types. So the only card types that we would have in our graveyard are artifact creatures, are technically enchantment, because you can do enchantment creatures. You can do lands. No, I think it's unlikely that we'll ever get delirium. So no delirium. No delirium. Felden of the Third Path is neat. I'll take a Metallic Mimic, actually. If you did play Standard while Metallic Mimic was in Standard, it's a pretty sweet card. For 2, you get a 2/1 Shapeshifter, and his battlefield choose a creature type. It is the creature type. Each other creature you control of the chosen type enters with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. At 2 mana, that's decent if we get it as part of our setup. Good setup card. Oh, yeah, I should look up Kinship. Oh, there's Mirror Entity. So if you wanted to read the card, now is the time to pause and look at it. I'm going to put Felden of the Third Path in the maybe pile. I don't see a clear path to graveyard shenanigans. I just don't see one. So I'm just going to put it as a no. Duplicant, I will put in Duplicant as kind of like a way to mess with other people's stuff. Oh, and Fiend Hunter. Fiend Hunter is a creature that enters the battlefield and exile target creature an opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield. No, it has, when it leaves the battlefield, return it to the battlefield. Return the exiled card to the battlefield. It's it actually flickers it. It doesn't its card explanation is very specific. So you can't flicker it and do a flicker shenanigan where you would let it enter, its trigger goes on the stack, then you flicker it, putting another trigger on the stack, flicker it, putting another trigger on the stack, and then let it enter the battlefield and stay there. All the triggers resolve, exiling 3 creatures. They've changed some of those texts, so now it says until it leaves the battlefield. So you can't do a flicker shenanigan if it says until. Let's see. Reaper of the Flight Moonsilver. Oh, it has Delirium. No, I don't need a 3/3 flyer for 5. Geist, Bushido. Put a training counter on target creature. Creature gains Bushido 1, and it's a samurai in addition to its other types. Nah. Vigilant Changeling. Valiant Changeling, sorry, my mistake. 5 white, white. Creature, it's a shapeshifter. It has Changeling, so it's every card type. It is a human, knight, warrior, soldier, everything, giant thing. Um, it's a 3/3, double strike. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each creature type among creatures you control. This effect can't reduce the amount of mana this spell costs by more than 5. Um, I don't think that we're gonna get this down to 2 mana, and I wouldn't even. I don't think I'd actually consider putting in a 2 mana 3/3 double striker. Doesn't seem that good. Nah. And actually, let me put in. Oh wait, no, I can't put in tribal cards. Those are always non-creature spells. The tribal cards. They're always like instant or sorceries or enchantments of some kind. But I do need some kind of mana ramp. Oh boy, do I need some kind of mana ramp? In red, white, can't use anything besides creatures. No artifacts. Okay, let's look for let's put in, let's just check tap abilities and add. Oh yeah, there's mirror. I can always put the mirror in. Gold mirror, iron mirror. Oh yeah, and Hedron Collar is a mirror basically. It's not a mirror, it's a construct that adds colorless to your mana pool. Let's put in gold mirror and iron mirror. Why am I even bothering to highlight these? I can just spell them. These are some of the few creature names that I can actually spell in the game, and I'm bothering to highlight them. Hydra Crawler. Okay, I think this is more so other people coming down to the Boros level of ramp. Because now these kind of mannequin cards are looking a lot better. Oh, we could play Milken for Feldon. But that is still one in a many a card that we would probably need. Metalworker, no. Plague Mirror. Attacking with a 4/4 infect creature seems good. Another kind of damage we're looking for. It would make people look at us funny as soon as they saw it. Maybe? No. Do we play Crystalline Crawler? It has Convergence. It enters the battlefield with a +1/+1 counter on it for each color of mana we spent to cast it. But we're in 2 colors. We would have to force our mana base to have like a Mana Confluence and a City of Brass and some other junk to try to swing for it, but it's not really necessarily worth it. Yeah, I'm just gonna not. I'm just going to straight up not. I will play Exuberant Firestoker, which is an interesting mana dork. It's 2 and a red for a human druid shaman, 1/1, and at the end of your turn, if you control a creature with power 5 or greater, so a lot of our angels and a lot of our bigger stuff, you oh wait, and after attackers. So actually melee would trigger during combat, and then at end of turn, we can still get this trigger to actually go off by itself. It only checks as it resolves. It would trigger regardless. With power 5 or greater, so our creatures, you may have it deal 2 damage to target player, and it taps for 1 mana. Yeah, I'll take it. I like Exuberant Firestoker, and I also think I like Sunseed Nurturer. The Nurturer is something interesting. It is the other version of this, but they're both Naya creatures. They're not actually Naya in color identity, but they are part of a Naya cycle of creatures from the shards. You should go look up some of the shard cycles. There's a ton of cycles in the Alara block, just full of different kinds of combinations of creatures and things in their own color shards and wedges. No, they're actually all shards, not wedges. Sunseed Nurture is the white version of the Stoker. So 2 and a white, you get a 1/1 human druid wizard, and at the end of your turn, if you control a creature with power 5 or greater, you gain 2 life, and it taps for 1 white mana. It's worse to me, but it is a mana dork. It's a mana dork. And I'm gonna check actually lands that are in our color. I'm gonna try to do some funky stuff with lands to try to see if I can't either fix our mana better or find a way to supplement some stuff. Actually, do we go for Ancient Tomb? Turn 1, play a mirror, or play a colorless 2/2? I don't think we can actually do that most of the time. But yeah, we do have some life gain in the deck, so we can probably put an Ancient Tomb without too much hassle. Arcane Lighthouse, Arch of Orsava. Maybe Ash Barrens? Oh, Battlefield Forge is the red-white Painland, the one that taps for colorless or taps for red or white, and it deals 1 damage to you. So it gives you colored mana at the cost of a life, but it'll give you colorless instead if you only need that. Blast Zone. We have a lot of creatures that are actually rather small. I'd rather not have Blast Zone. It's very unlikely that we'll need it. Blooded Gorge, neat. Bloodstained Mire, Boros Garrison, Boros Guildgate. Boseiju, completely useless. Blinkmoth Nexus, because it is a flyer and it does give us another attacker, another creature. Yeah, I'll take Arch of Oraska. I probably pronounced that wrong. I'm not even gonna bother reading the card. It's gone. It's the set. The garbage set is gone. I never really liked this set. I didn't like the funky, weird, like, pirate theme versus dinosaur theme that they had going on. I didn't like it. I felt like the lore was kind of weird with that one. Not so serious. Cave of Temptation. It tests for colorless, or it's a filter land. Or you can pay for it, tap it, sacrifice Cave of Temptation, put 2/2/+1 counters in target creature, activate this ability only anytime you could activate a sorcery. No. I'm just going to say no. Cavern of Souls, I will play Cavern of Souls. Because it does give us 1 mana of any color to cast creature spells of the chosen type, and they can't be countered. It's more of a fixer than a way to fight through counter spells. So that's fine. Command Beacon, a way to get our commander back. I don't know if we want Command Beacon that badly. Command Beacon? Yeah, we'll put in the Command Beacon. We have a 5 mana cost commander. Dormant Volcano, Drifting Meadows. I don't want too many cycle lands either. There's no benefit for us to cycle them. We would rather just draw an actual land that we can play. And there's no graveyard shenanigan that's very good for us. Dust Bowl. I think I'm just gonna take a strip mine and maybe a field of ruin as ways to combat any kind of land shenanigans, because they'd be more prevalent in a creatures only format than they would be in other than they would be in other formats, because people have to find a way to get card advantage and get an advantage. And if you can mess with people's mana bases in these creature heavy formats, it means that they can play less creatures, your creatures become more powerful, and you can get in for more damage. Dwarven runes. Ender's tapped. You can tap it for red, or you can tap it, sacrifice it, add double red to your mana pool. Amiria, the Sky Rune. I'm not sure, but I'm going to put in a plateau. Is that how you spell plateau? No, but it was close. I was close. It's the red-white dual land. And straight strip mine. Emergence Zone, task for colorless. It doesn't come into play tapped. Has pay 1, tap it, sacrifice it. You may cast spells this turn as though they had flash. So they essentially give us a way to put creatures into play, protecting them until the last possible second, and then attacking. But I'm wondering if we want all these other fetch lands to thin our deck out a lot. Oh, Forbidding Watchtower. Ender's taps for 1 white, and it has 1 white, and it becomes a 1/5 soldier creature token until end of turn. Not a token. Not a token. Do not get confused. Not a token. Fountain of Cho. Enters tapped. Put a storage counter on it. Tap. Remove any storage counter. Any storage counters from it. Add white mana. Mana pool equal to the number of counters. Move this way. No. Oh, there's Gaia Reach Sanitarium. That's a way for us to break into the graveyard, but they're still far and few in between. I'm not gonna go for it. Get to Encampment. I will have get to Encampment. Because having a sort of surprise, a lot of people will forget about your man lands. So when you go to just like attack somebody and they have one, they +1 that's so defensive, like a first striker, I can just sort of surprise get you. Golden Guardian, not what I wanted. Not what I wanted. Hall of Heliod's. Generosity. I do not like Heliod. Heliod sucks. Boo, no Heliod. But I do like. But I am gonna take your Hall. I'm gonna put it in the maybe category, because I might want to continuously get back an annoying enchantment creature. There's no ways in white or red to get back those lands from the graveyard that I'm seeing. Very unlikely ways, I'm sure. There might be some obscure colorless ones that are just too expensive. And I'm not likely to get enough mana for the Sky Rune. It would just be a tapped land that enters and can produce white. Not going to bother with it. High Market? No. A Homeward Path. I would like to protect my creatures. Inkmoth Nexus, and the other one that enters play untapped is pretty sweet. That Inspiring Vistage, I think it was. Inkmoth Nexus, I'm not planning on really killing them with Infect too much. Well, I could. I'm more so in it for the triggering melee. Yeah, Inspiring Vantage. That's what it was. Yeah, we got some lands left to look through. How many lands do we have? I don't want to fill up too much again by accident on lands. Or too few. I will take Keldon Megaliths. It enters tapped, and you can tap it for 1 red mana in your mana pool. And it has Hellbent, so you can pay 1 and a red, tap it, and it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. After our hand gets emptied out a lot, I think this is something that we would actually end up looking into playing. Oh, we got 13 red symbols, total of 16 red mana sources, and 15 white sources. Actually, I'm going to go down a red source and go up a plains. Down a plains. Because I am about to put in Keldon Megaliths. Megaliths. Keldon Outpost might be neat. Legion's Landing starts at an enchantment. I decided not to put in Gideon because he started as a creature but could become a planeswalker, and it felt like I was cheating in some way. Maze of Ith. Maze of Ith. Oh yeah, there's Mirror Pool. I can copy a super powerful creature as I play it, but it costs 5 and you have to tap it. So it seems like you'd be trying to get to 10 mana to play something meaningful and then copy it. I don't want to put a Mirror Pool. Myriad Landscape. Yeah, Myriad Landscape and Mutavault might be good. Mutavault because it does go with the theme, the whole tribal thing. Myriad Landscape does ramp us on our off turns at instant speed. Oh, Needle Spires. I'm gonna actually overfill on lands and then cut a bunch of the garbage that I've been throwing in here. Mishra's Workshop, nope. Are you actually legal in Commander? You're illegal in Dual Commander. You're illegal in French. I also want some creatures with lifelink. Did I ended up adding Maze of Ith? No, I did not. Maze of Ith. Put you in. Nykthos, Shrine of Nyx. I'm not likely to get enough mana symbols of any kind or another because remember, you need to tap this and tap 2 more mana. So you're committing 3 mana. You need at least 3 symbols of one type or another to actually ramp with this properly. And I'm not committed enough to one color or another. I will take Path of Ancestry. Oh, you know, I actually do not need that Needle Spires. Path of Ancestry is a tribal land that was released in one of the commander sets that is super sweet. I've never gotten to play with it before. And I just tapped and add 1 mana of any color that shares, that is a color of your commander's color identity to get one of your commander's color in your mana pool, and when that mana is spent to cast a creature spell that shares a creature type with your commander, you get to scry one. In creature only format, that is pretty good. Just pretty good. Pillar of Perunes. I'm not casting only multicolored spells, so no. Prismatic Vista. Pay 1 life, sacrifice it, search your library for a basic land card, put it on the battlefield, then shuffle your library. So it's a fast fetch land that gets only basics, but it gets you any color of basic that you want. I'm gonna take that. I'll take that. That actually seems pretty sweet. And Reflecting Pool. I'm not going to need Reliquary Tower. Probably not Rishkanda Port. There's not going to be a lot of instant holding up that I need to fight through. Rugged Prairie. Yeah, I'm not in 3 color, in 2 color. So as long as I have any colored mana, I can filter it through and fix my mana very quickly. I have 10 minutes left on the clock. Circuit Foundry already in. Safe Haven, I don't want that. Scabland. So the bad version of that. Scavenger Grounds is actually a good way to fight through graveyard shenanigans in other colors. I know there's probably somebody who's going to be playing, like, who would play Sultai nonsense. And Seagate Wreckage. I have plenty of lands and artifact creatures that produce colorless mana already. So I can swing for Seagate. Sequestered Stash, no. Shefet Dunes, no. Target legendary creature you control. Target legendary creature gains first strike until end of turn. Yeah, alright. I'll give my legendary creature first strike. And Slayer Stronghold to get Vigilance and Haste. Actually give all my... Oh, no, just target creature gets +2/+0, Vigilance and Haste. A little bit better. Shiving Gorge adds colorless, but I can tap it and deal 1 damage to each opponent, softening it a little. Softening up the board. Eventually pecking somebody out of the game would be sweet. Smoldering Spires, no. Let me just go ahead and check what the last 5 cards are. Winter Moon Mesa. Sacrifice to tap 2 target lands, no. I don't want Morph Land. Let's see, Spine Rock, no. Actually, that is possible. If an opponent was dealt 7 or more damage this turn, this is the hideaway land that you can use. Alright. Yeah, I'll take the red hideaway land. Stringjack Pastor, no. Sunhome, Fortress of the Legion. I already have Strip Mine in. Temple of the False Gods, no. I will take Temple of Epiphany, though. Temple of Epiphany. Terrain Generator. I'm not going to have too many lands. I'm not too obsessed with ramping that much. Or am I? Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, I'm not that obsessed with ramp, but I will still take it. I'm gonna take it. Unclaimed territory. I could just name human, and I can cast virtually all of my human or knight. It either taps for any color you want to produce that mana. It taps for any color that you want to spend on the chosen creature type, or it pays in just one colorless. Urborg, new, and I'm not too obsessed with legends, so no Cloudkeeper. Not on this one. Advanced Blasting Cannon, Vesuva, Craig. Oh yeah, Windbrisk Heights. Hideaway, the white hideaway land. You may play the exile card without paying its mana cost if you attack with 3 or more creatures this turn. The thing I want to do. My god, that seems good. Could be good. Time to cut like a bajillion lands. And I'm actually going to also go back here and I'm going to specifically look for creatures with lifelink. Actually, Soulbond would be pretty sweet. Oh, there's the First Strike Soulbond creature. There's Lightning Mauler, the Haste Soulbond creature. Silverblade Paladin. Yeah, I'll take Lightning Mauler and Silverblade Paladin. Yeah, I'm thinking Ancient Tomb might need to be cut. So I do definitely have a bunch of ways to fix my mana. And I do have some sweet creature lands and sweet things to do when I have no cards in hand. Shivan Gorge. That's very mana intensive. I think I may have better things to do. Slayer Stronghold is pretty good, but I don't know. Temple of Epiphany is not what I wanted. It was definitely a different temple. Train generator. It's okay. I'm going to get rid of it. I think Shivan... Oh, wait, actually, give it a second. Inspiring Vistage. I don't have any more doubles, right? Okay, that's good. Also get rid of Keldon Megaliths. Deal 1 damage to target creature or player. I think if I have extra mana, I think it might be just better to play the Shivan Gorge, just dealing more damage in total when I have more opponents. It might just be better to go face. And how worried am I about people actually taking my stuff? Not too worried. So I'm just gonna cut Homeward Path. And Get to Encampment's not as good as the other one. I'm going to put Lightning Mauler and Silverblade Paladin in there. Silverblade Paladin is the double strike Soulbond creature. Totally going in. Hanawara Lancer is... Actually, I don't have a lot of instances of first strike, so this would be pretty sweet. Copy. Then I'm just going to get a bunch of lifelink. Lifelink. What gives lifelink? Angel of Thune. Just straight up good old Angel of Thune, dealing like a bajillion damage. I don't have a lot of good combos with it, but it is pretty sweet to have. And no Exalted. Yeah. I'm in the opposite of Exalted. Brightling is neat, but not great. Boron Stout Arm. Chuck my creatures. Chuck 'em. Who's neat? Feldar Sovereign is just a hilarious way to win the game. Gain some life. Then, or just like stay at 40 life. Play this creature. I've done nothing this game that's relevant. I win. Totally just don't even care. Healer's Hawk. Healer Hawk. It does not go with the tribal, but it does go with my commander pretty well. Odric, a human soldier. I'll take it. I mean, I do have the other Hawk in there. Oh yeah, and Sarah Ascendant. I forgot about Sarah Ascendant. Lifelink, exile from a graveyard, put 2 1/1s on the battlefield. Oh gosh, I think I'm out of time. Yeah, I have like 14 seconds. Resplendent Angel. Oh god, I'm so many cards short. I screwed myself with lands. No. Oh. Boo. Boo. Hiss and boo. No. Oh well. I tried to think about getting all fancy with enchantment creatures and whatnot. Failure. Boo. Alright, let's see how horrible the damage is. Oh, I still have like a ton of lands. I should have learned my lessons from the other games. Stop daydreaming about your mana base and how awesome lands are to have, and just focus on the meat of the deck. Not everything can be legacy lands. Alright, well, at least I got a bunch of sweet mana dorks actually in here. And there are some pretty cool tribal cards and some decent stuff in here that I am actually happy that I put in. And the deck isn't terrible. Except it's missing like 11 cards to make that would be required to make it a commander deck. But you know, aside from that, it's pretty good. So that was an unfortunate failure on my part. You never know what'll happen in an hour, but it does go to show you can build the majority of a good commander deck in about an hour. Except not this time. Not with a Boros commander. With a stipulation as difficult as creatures only. I should have put a Flame Titan and Sun Titan in there. Yeah, I am going to go ahead and I'm just going to finish up the deck with the creatures that are necessary to call it a commander deck, and finish it up as is. And I'll see you in 1 second. Okay, so I'm back, and we have a deck. We have what actually appears to be a deck of cards, a stack of cards. Yep. So I just decided to polish it off, and I decided from now on, if I don't actually finish the deck, at the end of the timeline, I'm just gonna cut to a section in the video at the end and just show you what I wanted it to kind of look like. Show you a little bit closer, and just do a kind of quick speed finish of it. As you can see, we do have some removal actually in here. We have, where is it? Yeah, Banisher Priest, and we have Fiend Hunter, plus we do have Bounty Agent, so we can target other people's commanders and sacrifice this, get rid of it. We also have some cards that are just commander classics and are when they are on the battlefield, uh, they scale with the game of commander, like Dragon Master Outcast, not Outcaster. He's just a 1/1 for 1 red, but he does make 5/5 dragons for just that 1 red mana, as long as we have 6 or more lands, which in most games of Commander, most people end up making it past 6 lands. Then we also have a bunch of mana dorks, like the Firestoker. We have Felidar Sovereign and Sarah Ascendant. Yeah, Sarah Ascendant. Just good Commander staples. Very hated. Very hated in white. The few white cards that are actually really, really good that people forget about are actually really good in white. Then we also have Soul of Theros. I was thinking about putting in the other Soul, but I just wanted to really get this deck done in the time that I had. I ended up putting in some Modern Horizon cards, some new ones that went with the deck. This is technically one of the few cards that does help break into the graveyard for Feldon, but still Feldon didn't have enough support in red and white for that. In red and white creatures only, so there's no red draw and discard cards. Seasoned Pyromancer is one of the new ones and a mythic. He's pretty sweet. He works with tokens, although the tokens themselves aren't very good. They're just 1/1s. He still is a good 3 drop to have. And we do have soulbound creatures, which are very, very strong. Let's see, Sun Titan, because of the sheer number of creatures and permanents that we have that are below 4 mana. You have to hit 3, 2, or 1, or 0 with Sun Titan. He doesn't hit anything higher. We have some Guild Mages for the utility. We also have, I put in the Vindicator just as good stuff. Just a strong, solid creature that when you end up attacking with your commander finally, it's one of those few creatures that you don't have to worry about, and is very strong at just being a good body. Then Thalia's Lieutenant, another good body, increases the size of your troops and whatever. Oh yeah, and Trisali's Summoner was another one that I ended up adding in. You can easily hit Ascend with just this one by paying its X ability and attacking. Plus, it does allow you to put the tokens in other directions for your commander's melee ability. The lands, I ended up cutting out a good chunk, but one thing that I wanted to point out is in red and white, since we don't have a lot of ways to get card advantage and lots of cards in our hand, I decided to stick with Seagate Wreckage and end up with, yes, Arch of Orzhova. I'm not going to... Araska, yes, that's it. Arch of Araska. And that would be how we would get card advantage. We do have plenty of lands that actually produce colorless, such as Emergence Zone. And then after that, we also have a bunch of utility lands, things like Maze of Ith, and we have Needle Spires. Some man lands, good stuff like Mutavault. Then we do have Mana Dorks in red and white, which is surprising. Hedron Caller, Gold Mirror, Iron Mirror. We have Hero of Bladehold. I should have put that one in first thought in my mind. I should have put in Hero of Bladehold as soon as I saw my commander. But it's been so long that I played with it that I forgot. Kari Zev, just a creature with menace that I can point at somebody, and a monkey that I can send the other way and make sure that I have melee triggered for sure. The maximum amount of melee for sure. Really spreads out some things. Bright Flame, just a decent body again. I should have honestly cut it and should have cut the Knight for just some better alternatives, just better options out there. Magus of the Balance and Loyal Apprentice. Just a human that goes with our human themes, and it also produces a 1/1 flying token that does have haste at the beginning of each combat as long as we have our commander. So it is a card that actually goes in different directions for us. Then that's pretty much the majority of the deck. There's not too much else to talk about in here. If you enjoy this deck and enjoy playing it, please let me know how it works out for you, or if you play any of my decks, let me know how they work out for you, because I'm very curious to see how strong these actually are in various uh, gameplays, and yeah, I'm very curious to see how good these decks are in ROM people's kitchen tables and LGSs, and how far I am away from like other people's metas when I go and play at my LGS. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching. See you next week for another Commander Power Hour. And coming in for that face touch.